Righto guys, just before I go on and do this little retaining washer that we've got to make up, I want to do that out of stainless steel. I thought I'd go and start fitting up some of the key elements into this. So that was the key that we've slotted out that we did yesterday after we did the indexing. So I've done the key. I didn't have a 4mm key, but I had a 5mm key. It was a leftover one from the bandsaw motor replacement that I did. So I've just filed that down and hand fitted that to the keyway. That's the bronze washer that we've made up. I've cut the key into that, and there's a reason why I've done that. I don't want that bronze washer rubbing on that face there on the aluminium. Now look, it's not going to be going a million miles an hour, it's just going to be adjusted slowly, but I prefer to have the bronze wearing on the steel face rather than the aluminium face. So the idea being of keying that in there, we can fit that in there. That's just a very neat fit. As that rotates around, it drives the washer around with it. We can then fit our, that is a very neat fit with that key. So as I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make up that little retaining washer. It's going to have to be set on its length very accurately from face down to here, so that when it locks up it's not going to pull the whole thing together and act like a vice and clamp the whole thing up. It's going to have a couple of thou clearance on it, so that when it does lock up I still get free movement of the hand wheel. So that was an old set of needle files that I had, a Lord set out of Switzerland. I've added to this over the years, but this is the set that I used to do hand fitting of dies. Very time consuming, but I found it very relaxing. And yeah, continually wiping on with the bearing glue, looking at fitments, just taking a little bit more off as you go, until you got the dies set the way that you wanted them. So yep, back in the old days. Alright, so as I said, the next job we're going to do is we're going to make up that stainless steel washer and spacer, and we'll get that going. So at the moment, that's the sort of feel that I'd like. That's quite nice. So if I can get that feel when the whole thing's locked up, I'll be very happy. And obviously we need to put a little indexing line down on there as well. So I want to get that done. I've got a little tool that I'm going to use to do that. Alright guys, so we'll move on. Right, so we need to determine what the length of this little washer is going to be, so that we allow just the tiniest little bit of float in there so that this isn't going to lock up. So we just need to determine what the height is from that inside edge down to the top of the shaft. It's going to be floating around a bit on me, so I just have to hold this up with both hands. So I put this up here first, I push that down, square it up, oh gosh. So it's 3.03, and 10.18, 3.03 and 10.18. That puts our difference at 7.15. I'm going to make that slightly longer, so I'm going to go for about 7.2. So that's 0.05, it's about 2 thou. We'll see how that goes. I might even start off a little bit longer, and we can always come back on it. Yeah, we might go for 7.25, and we'll see how that looks, and then we can always just shave, even in the grind, yeah, stainless. We can sit that back in the soft jaws and just lick that back. Alright, so 7.25 is what we'll aim for on that length. So, get out of the way. We'll just go through this bush fairly straightforward. Got a outer diameter of 24, we're going to come just shy of that so it fits in the recess. We've got a size diameter to fit down that 12mm bore, and we're going to make that length from the underside to the end 7.25 as a start, and we'll see how that goes. So it's at well, obviously we've got to do a counter bore, got to turn it around and do a counter bore for that M5 that we've put in there. Alright, we'll make a start on that. It's I'm doing this out of 316 stainless. It's a bit of 25 or a bit of 1-inch stock, so I've got a little bit to come off the OD for the outside diameter on that washer head. Right, so we've got our knob, which is an easy fitting, running fit up into that. I tried putting this up before and got very close to the thing seizing up on the stainless, and I was lucky to get it off. So it's all in place now. I've actually put the screw assembly up there as well and pushed it up nice and hard to sandwich it, and that is still free rotating. So worst case scenario is I've just got to take a little bit of material just off the top of that, just to give us a little bit less clearance, but we'll see how it is when we get it together. Right, so I'm just going to put through a clearance drill, 5mm. Go to centre first. There's only one material I hate machining more than stainless steel, and that's aluminium bronze. A lot of the Cuda boat castings I did, I had to do putting the holes in for the stays, the D-bit shackles, and it was basically one hole, one drill, go and regrind it again. One hole, one drill, go and regrind it again. It's shocking stuff. Very wearing on tooling. Right, we'll set up and we'll part that off, then we'll turn that around and give that a face. I can stick that one on my collet chucks, we can just face that off and counterbore it. Right, my favourite job in the whole world, parting off with stainless. Alright, well, so there we go. Well, that was reasonably painless, and yes, KO, I still have brushy. We haven't sacked him just yet. Alright, we'll set that up in the collets, and we'll face that head off and give it a counterbore for the head of the set screw. Alright guys, we'll just face this off to 3mm. Got about 0.15 to take off that, and then we'll counterbore it. Right, I'm going to counterbore this with one of my flat drills. So we're going to go 5mm deep. We'll start off with the standard taper drill first to get a starter. That should be deep enough. Just going to take a little bit off the OD. This is size for size basically. That's okay, we can just set that up and just take a little smidgen off that. Alright, all done. I'll deburr this, I'll take it out and just take a little lick on the head of that socket cap screw, and then we'll try the whole assembly together. Alright guys, I've got this assembled up now. I've got that torqued down a fair bit. That little screw, I've left the key out of it for the time being just to check it in. There's just the smallest amount of resistance on that. There's no playing that at all. I've just dabbed a little bit of grease in that, and that's as smooth as silk. So I'm really happy with that result. We'll be able to actually see the slide plate going up and down now. I think what we might start on next will be the engine or the motor mount arrangements. We'll start getting those knocked out. There's going to be a little bit of work in those, and the tensioning arrangement as well. That's going to go onto that mounting arrangement. So we'll have a look at that next, and we'll make a start on that. But that looks bee's knees. Yeah. Alright guys, we'll see you soon. Right guys, I couldn't resist it. I had to put it in and see how it went. So I've got that all the way up to the top. Try and work around the camera here a bit, not getting your way. But that runs all the way to the top quite well. It sort of tells me that I've got everything dead smack in line. I've got nothing fighting the bushes, fighting the screw, or the bore's fighting the bushes. Everything is lined up beautifully. And it's just a nice amount of resistance on that. I'm really happy with that. And that feels quite comfortable doing that. Like I said, when you're actually doing the slotting, once you've got it centered, if you're going to be side cutting, it's just a little bit either way. But that certainly feels really nice. It feels nice and firm in the slideways too. We still have to cut a little slot up in here yet and put our grub screw or our cap screw. I might even use cap screws there rather than grub screws. But I'm really happy with it. That's very little backlash in that, and it moves quite freely. Alright, we'll leave it at that. So that's a really good result. I'm absolutely wrapped with that. It looks good too. Looks good and feels good. Alright, as I said, we're going to move on with the motor mount at the back here now, and the tensioning arrangement they're going to put on that timing belt. Alright guys, we're back soon.